Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I hope this goes well. I've had a few comments that I'm out of focus and I haven't done a video in a while. Today I'm going to show you how I make this crescent moon. I did promise, and it can be a little tricky, I'm not going to lie, but you can do it and I'm going to show you how. Today we'll just do the moon, and on a separate video we'll do the prism and the chain. Alright guys, here we go. So for this crescent moon, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a 4-inch hoop, and you can use a 3-inch if you want. I'm going to use a bangle bracelet. The way you do this, and the way you decide on what size moon you want. If you want to make a bigger moon, use the 4-inch inside of a 5-inch. Anyway, back to topic. This right here is going to be your moon. This is your space. Now we want to secure these two together. And the way I'm going to do that, before I do that, I'm sorry, let's try that again. Got a 4-inch hoop. I've got a bangle bracelet. I have 4, 6, and 8 millimeter crystals. I have 2 zip ties, and you're going to need 44 inches of 24 gauge wire. And this is the wire that I use. 44 inches is long. Trust me, it's going to be a little tricky, but you got this. I know you do. You're going to need a flush cutter, and you might need a pair of pliers. I use them to close the zip tie, and I have tweezers in case I get stuck and I need to pull the wire through. Okay, so to start, we're going to find the seam of your hoop. You don't want, you want to have it where you're not going to be able to see it, so that'll be right there. Also, check your bracelet or your hoop. Make sure it's not going to snap on you. This one here, that's where my seam is, and I don't like it. So we're going to put them over here like that. I'm trying to stay in focus by keeping my crystals right there so you can see. So I know my hands need to be right here. Okay, so what I do, secure your two hoops by your zip tie. I like to put mine on the outside. Don't pull too tight, because if you do, it'll buckle on you. It won't look good. You won't be able to do your project. Okay, so got them on nice and tight. What this will help you do, oh, I pulled it too tight. There, I did pull it too tight. That's okay, you can work with that. Let me cut these off. We can mess around with it. Excuse me, I have not been feeling well. Okay, now we're going to start on, this is going to drive me crazy. Nope, I have to leave it there. That's alright. Okay, what I like to do is take my wire. I'm going to start, I like to start actually over here where this seam is, and we're going to start with a 4 millimeter crystal. We're going to use quite a few of them. I should have already taken them out. I apologize, but anyway, this is how I do it. I start on the bottom hoop, come up in between, wrap your wire around, and then wrap it through, pull up on it, go down, in between again, up, and over. I hope I wasn't out of focus. It's a little tough getting that first one on. and you can snip it. Oops, don't cut both of them. Damn. I usually work at the kitchen table. This is a little tough for me. Okay, but we got this. Now this little piece of wire, where you cut it, I like to use the tweezer and just tuck it under. I'll show you what I do with it. I work at the kitchen table, but over my lap, if that helps to see how difficult this is for me. Okay, like that. And then just give it a little squish, just so you don't get stuck. Now I bring this, I'm going to start from in between the two. Okay. This wire is long, 44 inches, but it gets short quick. And if you can't work with it 44 inches because it can kink up on you, or if you run short, I can show you how to fix it. Actually, I will show you how to fix it. You have to stop in an odd spot and then restart. Okay, I want to use round ones. I don't see any right here. So this is a 4mm biocone. It's like a triangle shape. I usually like just round. Okay, so you're gonna bring your bead into that space. That's how you're gonna know where you're gonna put your first bead, because you want to hold this in place. I'm gonna put mine right there. You're gonna wrap your wire over the top, bring it through, and pull it over and bring it down. Now you're going to bead the back. That's why you have to bring it through and down. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a 4mm bead. It's tricky, guys. This is going to take a while. Okay. And you're going to put it right next to it. Bring your wire up through the bangle. Bring it around your bangle. I'm going to call it the bangle because if I don't, I'm going to confuse the hell out of myself. Bring it up. And now your wire should be on the top. That's where you're going to put your next bead. I can promise you that one little one is not going to work. So what we're going to do is we are going to start, I start with a 4mm, a 6mm, I'm sorry. And that would be like that. And I'm going to take a 4 out just in case I need it. I need it, yep. Okay, now you have your 2 beads. They fit very nice. Bring your wire up. And now it's on the underside. That's the back. You're going to work that back piece of wire. So here I used a 4mm and a 6. To make them fit nice, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to put a 4 first and then a 6. And I'm not going to keep saying the sizes. Smalls and mediums, you'll see. That's going to drive me crazy. See? It fits the same because it's pretty much the same size right there. Nope. Never mind. I didn't do it right. Your first bead, you want to be the bigger one because it'll set nice against the smaller one. It will work if you didn't, but it gets tricky later on. Okay, let's try that. And this is going to happen. You're going to get little kinks in your wire, and if you do, take them out because it's a pain in the neck to work if it gets a kink in it. Okay, that's better. So now you have a small one and a bigger one. You've got your 2 beads on. Bring your wire up and through. So that's one. Give it a little push towards the base of your bead. Bring it up again. Now you're going to do your top. On this one I'm going to start with this one here is a 6mm. I'm going to use another 6mm. Usually I have a few before I have to jump up. Depends on where you started at. And then if it's too, you don't want it to be outside of your moon because it doesn't look good, then you just grab a smaller bead. That works if it's really nice. Bring it up. I'm sorry for all the racket. This tripod is right next to me. Give it a little push. Bring it back. Don't bring it up yet. Bring it back. You're working from underneath. So that the reason why we do this is if you have a wire without any beads, it doesn't look good. It looks awful. So you have front and back. And I know you're going to love it. You can do it. Okay. Enough babbling. I'm using 2 of the same because it'll fit. Okay, not bad. If you want, you can try and put a smaller one, but I'd rather not because I don't want it to overlap, like stick out of the frame. And if I change my mind, then I'll just unwind, you know, take it off the hoop. Okay, wrap it around once, bring it up. Now that's on the back. Now this one on the top is, you're going to need more beads, bigger beads. So what I'll start with is a 4mm for now. I like to start with the small one, and I'm going to put a medium one. We'll do small, medium, and large. How's that? Okay, now I think I can put another medium-sized bead. Trust me, as you go and get further along, it goes by easier. Now I won't struggle so much in this at this angle. Do I like that? It's alright. No, I don't like it. Sorry. I'm gonna put a small one. I like that better. Can you see the difference? It's not bulging over. Okay, bring your wire up the middle, wrap it around, and now we'll do the back. I'm sorry this keeps hitting the tripod. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just too long. Okay, so we're going to start with a medium-sized bead. And then we're going to put a small one. And another small one. Oh, this is going to be hard for me to do it like this. It's alright. You guys are the greatest. To everybody who has subscribed to my channel, you're patient with me. Okay, now I'm keeping it there because I want you to see what I'm doing. I get sidetracked and I don't keep glancing up. Okay, so that'll work. Okay, you're gonna go over your small hoop. Give it a little push over. Pull it up. And bring it over. That's your top row, which is next. And because I started with a little small bead, I'm going to put a medium one first. I can't do it that way. Okay, then a small, and then a medium. I know the way I work with these beads and crystals and everything, this is how I do it because I can't go put them in containers. Okay, so we had the same amount on this side. We have a medium and two smalls. Here I have a medium, a small, and a medium because we're working our way out. So it's not always going to be the same on front and back. You're going to go by the placement of your beads and where you want them. And now we're going to bring it down. You're always going to have two on the top of your outer ring. And each one signifies the front and the back. Now, this is on the front. We want this one. You've got your two wires to come behind. Now, because we have a bigger bead, a small one, it fits nice there. So we're going to put on a small one. And then we're going to put a medium. Actually, we're going to go up a size, I think. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. A lot of times I will have it on my wire and realize, oh, I have to take that off and put two small ones or something to that effect. Okay, so I have a bigger one there. Now I'm going to put a medium. Or, no, actually, I think I'll stick with that size. No, I won't. Never mind. So I have a small, a medium, and a large on that one. Now I'm going to bring it up over the inner hoop. Bring it up again. Little tug. And now you're ready. That's the underside. You're ready for the top. As long as you have two wires, you're always going to be where you need to be. Okay, so now I think I would like to start with the small one down here. Then I'm going to do a medium because I don't want it next to the big one. I mean, it will be eventually, but we'll see. And let's see what that looks like. I've got my small, my medium. I'm going to put another small. And a medium. That might be too much. We'll see. I'll keep it. This is what I mean. When this happens, I don't know if you can see that. You get this, excuse me, take it out right away. Gently untwist that, and just straighten it out, because if every time you put a bead over it, it's going to break your wire. It happens to me all the time. And then you have to end here and then start on another row, and it's doable, but it's not pleasant. Okay, now we're working the underside. I hope I've been staying in focus, guys. You know, I'm still really new here, and I am not the greatest vlog. You know, like I can't do a tutorial and edit and all that, but I'm giving it my best shot. And you have been so most of you have been very, very kind. I've gotten emails, and I appreciate that. Okay, enough talking. And I put a small, I'm going to do a bigger one, because it'll come close, not to another bigger one, because there's a small and a medium. You'll just pick them up and go, you know, you'll figure it out as you go along. What bead you want, where, what size. Okay, so I've got a small and a big one. Now, we have to go to a medium size, and I don't want that one. I'm going to put a medium. Let's see where that takes us. And I'm going to put another medium. You can see, I hope. Bring it down. Just support your work, I always do. They'll be falling off your wire. Okay, you're going to bring it up, over. You're always going to go through the two. And now bring it up through the middle of your bracelet. The easy way to remember it is the bottom row is always going to be your, no, I can't explain it. Yeah, that was a fail. Sorry, guys. You just need 2 wires on each, and then you're right. You're doing good. Okay, so we're going to do a small. All right. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Small, medium. Put another small. No, I'm going to put a. No. Put this one. Also, when you put your beads, the reason why I vary the sizes when they're side by side is because I don't like a lot of spaces, but you might like a lot of spaces. And as you can see right there, it's going to be a bigger space because I have 2 beads that are too big to be that close to each other. But I could leave it. I'm not going to. And see, look what I did. That's not good. Okay. Right, let's try that again. Okay, and that's too much, which is fine. Just take that little one off. I usually do string several on at a time. That's why it's a lot easier if I do it the way that I do it. I sit at my table sideways and I work over my lap. So my project is over my lap, not over the table. Now I'm gonna bring it back. We're not bringing it through. We have, or else we'll have a bare wire. And we're going to try again. Because we started with a small bead and the next one is medium, we can put a bigger bead there. I think that would be fine. Okay, then I'm going to put, I think I'll stick a medium in there. I'll put a larger one. And I could put a I'm going to try a small one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the thing with this. It depends. If you're using chip beads, if you're using crystals, it depends on how full you want your moon. I like a full moon. Okay, bring it up, over. Now you're ready for your front row. Always look and see that this one is behind you, this one is on top. Bring it up and over. If not, you're going to have two. If you don't bring it over, you're going to have two rows on the back, and then when you look at it, it's just not going to look right. So I hope that you can see what I'm doing. You let me know in the comments. Like I said, this is a tough project, but it's very time consuming, but it's worth it. It's very beautiful. And if you like lights and crystals, and this will light your room up like a disco ball. Oops, get back here. Got a jumper. Okay. I'm picking up all the wrong size beads, guys. You know why? Because on the chain I use bigger crystals to put on my chain, and I just threw them all in the same. That was not a good idea. Okay, where are we at? Okay, I'm gonna put a big one, and then we'll check it out. Don't go. Oh, this is going to be such a hot mess. I keep hitting the pole with my wire. I like that. That works. But I think I'm in focus, right? I hope. Okay, now we're going to work from behind. And we have a small one right there. So bigger bead. Not that big. We'll work. We'll look good. It'll fit. Oops. No. See? I'm not paying attention, guys. You don't need a big bead there. I have a big bead here. I'm going to do a smaller bead. Now I do have a bigger bead on the back, which that's okay, but usually what I like to do is try to keep a smaller bead on the top and on the bottom if I can, because when I go to put my prism in there, I need the space. I'm going to put two small ones here, only because I think I need to do that. Okay. Now, stay there. Now I'll put a medium one. I'm going to use another medium. and a small. We'll see if that works. Yep, that worked. Okay. Gotta watch out for your face too, now that the wire is getting shorter. Yeah. It's more manageable. But it's gonna hit this pole, this tripod, every time. Unless I take it away from the, and I can't do that. Okay. We've already been half an hour in, guys. This is a long this is a long project. It's not like a tree. But I needed a break. I'll try something different. I've made these before, but not for a while. A couple of years actually. So I started just messing around with everything just to see what my thing was. And yeah, my thing is trees. Right now my thing is moons. Little break. What am I looking for? This one might be too big. I'll try this one. I'd rather be too small than too big. Oh, I got two there. It's okay. We'll see. Look at that. Perfect. Bring it through. Do a little scooch over, around. Now we'll do in the back row. I'll put it there, right there, so you can see. And I'll get my beads. I'm going to put a small one on first because I have a bigger bead there. Actually, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put these here so I know where I need to be. Okay, so we're going to start with I'm going to start with a small a medium, I think, which is a 6mm. One. And now a small, because I have a big bead there. And I'm gonna try to get this on my wire. Okay. I hope this is working for you guys to see what I'm doing. It's not ideal, but I want you to be able to always be able to see what I've done. So now I'm just going to take a little look. I could put a big bead and maybe a small one. We'll see. I'm going to put them both on my wire anyway. And then if I have to take one off, or I might have to take both off, maybe a big and a small is too much. And then I have to do two mediums or two smalls. You'll see. Okay. It is definitely... Is it too much? No, I think that'll work. If I take it off... No, then it slides too much. Nope, I'm going to keep it on. Or in this case, if I want to... Let me just think about this for a minute. I could take that big one off and put a medium one. I'm going to do that. Sorry guys, but this is legit how you have to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to have beads everywhere like I have right here. Your moon is going to bulge up. And it's not going to look good. Okay. Let's see how this works. My project is in focus, right? Doing good here? Yeah? You'll let me know, right? Okay, that's perfect. What do you think? I don't know if you can see that. Just lands right where I want it to. Hold your beads, bring your wire up. Now you have to go under again. You need 2 wires on the bottom and 2 on the top. That's your back row. Now we're going to do the top row. I'm going to look at my back row and see what I have here. Okay, so this first bead I'm going to put a small because there I have a medium. And then I'll put a medium because there I have a small. We'll see. Actually, I have 2 mediums. It's okay. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put another small. So the crystals that I like, they're roundly, they're round. But the problem that I have a lot of trouble getting them on my wire. But the other ones, I just don't really, I don't love them, but I have them. Okay, let's see what can I find here? That's right. And one more. Okay. Let's see if it worked. Ta-da! Look at that. When you make yours, I know you're going to make it because you have to. You have to admit, this is beautiful. You're going to have those ta-da moments. It might sound like I'm being silly, and you can also slide these around. And I do wrap them the way I wrap my trees, but we'll do that together too. I'm not going to leave you stranded with a short saying want me to do a tutorial and then not do it. That's just not right. I've been meaning to put up a tutorial. I have only been posting shorts, and I apologize, but I don't know. My mental health I've just been all over the place, you know. So my ADD gets me in a rut. That's okay, I'm old. There we go, let's see. Now I can put a bigger one. I don't like that one, I like this one. I bought 2 different brands of beads, and some are perfectly round, and then others are round with this little squish. So they're more like, I don't know, a flattened brown one. Let me see if I can get 2 side by side and show you. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. Okay. So I can promise you that we're not going to finish this all in one. Well, I'm not going to promise you that. I'm going to try. Let's see. If I have to end it, we'll call it part 1, and I'll pick it right back up and go right into part 2. That bead does not belong. That's an oops. That's a big bead. That's one of the ones I use on the chain. That wasn't good. Okay, and I pulled my wire. It should not be there. I have to fix that. If I don't put it on, right now it's on top, and it needs to be behind because that's the behind wire. See what I mean? I accidentally pulled it up, and if I do this, the next row is going to be on top, and it's going to look silly. It's not going to work. So when you're working on your behind wire, if you have to take a bead off, remember to bring it right back behind, like that. Not over this one yet. There. Now we can go over. Before I already had it over, you can't do that. Well, I could if I knew I had the right amount of beads, but there's one. And there's the other one. Now, you can do this. Slide your beads up. I do that. See? I tend to squish them all down too far. You can also go to your wires if you want them to be more separated. Just separate them. Sorry for my dry hands. You can play with them. Get them to fall where you want them to fall. That looks a little thick for me, but that's okay. It'll work. It'll look pretty. And just separate them. Okay. Now, because I made such a big bead over there, I'm going to put... I'm going to start with the small one. Not that one. I have some beads in here that are cloudy and I don't know why. Okay, we'll try that one. And this one. Yeah, see how that big bead is? I shouldn't have put that there. I did it in the wrong order. Okay, we're gonna put a small one. You can go like small, big, it'll keep it simple. I just like to use the little ones, but down here. And sometimes you need it, or it just doesn't set right. Okay. I'm gonna try this one. Now we're getting into a thicker part of the moon. It goes by a little bit faster. Yeah, no. You gotta go. Okay, that works. Bring it up. Bring it over. And you're ready now for your back row. I'm gonna start with the small. And I'm gonna have to use another one of those. I should have. I'm gonna do a different for the next row. Believe it or not, you do have to concentrate on what you're doing with the size beads that you use, and I'm all over the place. I'm trying to talk and trying to stay in focus for you. Okay, I'm gonna put it. Oh, okay. Too much. Gotta go. Oops. There you go. Now bring your wire up, around. Oops, sorry. Bring it back up. 2 wires, you're on your top row. And I'm going to use a bigger bead because I can, I think. Yes, I can. I used a small and a medium there, so I'll put a bigger one. If I was starting there, I'd put a bigger one. But the bead is going to go there. Oh my. Sorry. Okay, now we can do this. Okay, what do we have? Okay, I'm gonna try something. Can I try you? I'll try you. I think you're too big. Actually, it works. Does it work? I guess. Back row. Okay. Okay, so now, let's see, we have too many. I know the little one is extra, but let's see. That works. Okay. Sometimes if you have a bigger one here and it's still too much, you have to take it off and put a different size. Oops. I don't like that bead. Why did I put that there? I want to take it off. No, I'll just leave it. That's all right. Because then I have to, it's not hard to take off. I'm going to take it off because it's going to bother me if I don't. So what you do is you just unravel. You unravel your row. And then gently smooth out your wire. Take off the knotty one. And put something else. Like this one. Yeah, I like that. Sorry about that. It'll happen to you too. Okay. Now it's starting to go down. We're like at the halfway point. So it's actually easier to gauge like what size bead you want. Actually, how many you need. Sometimes I can just put exactly the right amount on. That happens a lot, actually. I don't know about those. We'll see. Do you work? Yeah, you're all right. Good. 50 minutes so far. This is a long project. Okay. It'll start going faster now that we're getting to the halfway point. Okay, let's see. Oh no. It looks like a big space, but I don't want that big of a bead. Okay, we'll try this one. Yeah, it worked. Up, give it a push, and then work on your back row. And that did that work? Oh, no, it didn't work. I don't like it. Sorry. Now do our back row. Oops. Sorry about that. I thought I was going to lose them all. It's just such an odd angle. And I keep looking to see that I'm still where I need to be. Okay. So I still need a video more. Okay, let's see. Did it work? Yeah, it's alright. I could take that off and put 2 smalls, but I'm not going to. Wrap it around. When I look back at this, I want to see how many times I went out of focus, because I'm really trying. So I want you to tell me in the comments if I was out of focus, how many times you didn't understand what I was doing. Let me know what, if anything, I could have done to make this easier. And if you have any questions, you can ask or email me leave a comment. I do answer my comments and my emails. Like I said, I'm still learning, guys. I'm still a work in progress here. I'm not learning my craft. I'm learning how to do it and talk to myself. That's a good one. Not talk to myself without an audience. That's where I'm having a hard time. I talk to myself all the time when I'm by myself. I'm waiting for my husband to come home from work and say, "Babe, what are you doing?" I texted him. I said, "Do not call me. I'm trying to record." Usually I do that, and right away I get the text. Okay. No. What part didn't you understand? I'm sorry. I pulled you out of focus. Sorry. Oops. I don't know where that came from. Fine. If you wanted to, you could really space them out like that and make like these, like that. I've made them like that. I don't like it, but it's not my style, but what am I doing? Okay, we're in the back. Scooch over. Does that fit? Yeah, that fits. That's good. Now the wire's really short. We may not make it, which is fine. I'll show you how to fix it. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. It's okay. It's lousy, but we can fix that. Also, if you use bigger beads like these, I shouldn't have used so many of those, especially in the low areas, but I did. That's all right. Got a jumper. Alright guys, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, we are at 50 some odd minutes. I'm going to stop this video. This will be part 1 because I don't know how to edit. I'm going to finish and you're going to do the same thing as you did over here. You're going to decrease your beads and I will get back to you right as I get down to the final, the small ones, and I'll show you how to end your project. But I have to stop it right now, and I will do part 2, I promise. See you in a bit, guys.